Finally, we do have a match starting up. And could we have a game on our hands? Once again, this is CVC AETAS versus eShock. And we will be playing it out on Crossfire. Roster rundown has already been done, so I won't do that again as I was about to. Let's go and take away with the scope, see if they land a shot or something. Zenja and Dogs. Neither person getting anything. Jerome starting this off here with a nade onto Josh. And flicking over to Diesel. We do see Diesel moving into the watermelon building. There is one to his right. Timing's going to have it. He will just miss it. And change his weapon considerably an extra amount of times. Won't have a weapon, and Luna takes him down. Now, the last 3 eShock players laying around that A site. Nearly all 4 players for AETAS are on B, with the exception of one. First towards Light was heavily tagged up, does get taken out there by Damia. Damia trying to lay down some covering fire on that bomb. Won't connect with anyone, as it is now just down to 2 eShock players. And we do see Zenja still very far back. Hasn't made an attempt to really move up. Now finally does move up. As he realizes, oh wait, I might need to go help my teammate. Luna trying to long range with that SMG, doesn't get anything. Zenja watching that A-bomb cross. Does see one moving onto the bomb. Carries on watching the door. Now he's going to try and stop the bomb plant. Won't be able to do so. It was a fake. Sapjay has fallen back. Bullets flying. No one as of yet actually landing a frag. Sapjay's finally going to go for the bomb plant. See if he can get it done. Should be able to do it. Luna takes her. Damia, your last man standing is Zenja. And he'll be pushed here by a couple of people. Sapjay actually taking out Luna. And this, of course, just increases the odds that Zenja could bring this one back. Pushes up with that deagle. I think he's trying to go for the knife here. Needs to reload his weapon. And Dogs gets out of that one in a fashion that most people wouldn't have been able to do themselves. Sapjay does land the final frag, though, making up for his team kill. And that's going to take it to 1-0.
Yeah, a little bit dragged out at the end there. Being really cautious on the attacking side on that B-bomb side. I'm not too sure why they could have comfortably planted. But let's follow the scope once again off the bat, who seemingly changed scope here to try and land that shot, because clearly there's a scope here before. The first frag does come in for Diesel with the nade, but eShock still standing strong. Diesel picking up another onto Jerome. Diesel really playing this round to a T. Let's follow the player who's pushed up into that light area, trying to get a peek onto that big player, but Dogs does finally almost even it up with a frag of his own onto Zenja, the fellow scope. He does get the slight viewing of a scope at the back of B there, but the tags do come flying in from that top light area. It does seem to slow down, but finally Luna picking up the frag onto Diesel, who's been shut down from that real forward position. And this B play once again really going cautiously, trying to pick a frag out of nowhere, and it's all onto that Luna and Dogs combo. But a frag does come in for Dogs, cautiously playing it out, and it does seem to pull off for him, picking up the frag onto Damia, taking it down to a 2-on-2. Bomb in hand of Dogs, and the frags seemingly slowing down, but he does make a bit of a gutsy move. Picks up one in calf, fantastic shot. One more to find, which is Zika, who's pushed up into that light area, looking for the frag onto Dogs. There's one on Luna in a one-on-one situation. Bomb is down for the AETAS side, and tries to make his way into the B alley, waiting for Zika to try and pull across that street, but I do feel as though if Luna has the patience, he will have this game in hand. Clock ticking down with only 25 seconds left. Zika being so cautious, checking every corner for that one AETAS player, but can't seemingly find anything. And it might be a little too late. Luna trying to peek every corner, drops a nade on the bomb. Will Zika run into it? He does seemingly do so. And there's the round for Luna with the winning nade there. And real slow rounds here.
It is real slow round.
Jeez.
Oh, well, I say rounds. And these guys do realize that it is quite a bit on stake here, and these guys, you know, might be contending for the top spot in their groups. Zenja missing a shot there onto Dogs. Having a look at the SMGs, they see Diesel pushing all the way up into Watermelons, completely uncontested. But what the big problem is Zeiss was pushed all the way down the street, has taken out Josh, and he is in that cafe position. Great cover for his teammate if they do try and go for that B bomb plant. Unit taking out Diesel. Zeiss are able to cover bottom A position that usually you wouldn't be able to neutralize very easily. Lands a shot there onto Zyka, and this round has definitely increased its pace over the other rounds. Jerome taking out Damien. Your last man standing is Zenja. Has popped at his nade, so he hasn't got anything like that with him to stop the bomb plant. And he will be pushed now by Jerome with an SMG. 3-0 your scoreline. AETAS looking strong.
But AETAS do seemingly use the attacking side this game, which was a little bit harder with the Empire game, obviously, because you're playing against opponents who are hideously good at the game. But it's just kind of making it a little bit clearer as to which is the dominant side. So I'm going to follow Luna off the bat here, making his way into that B-bomb site, who does seem to shut it down really easily, but Jerome and Dogs picking up a frag each onto the E-Shock side, and frags are coming pretty quickly for once. But Damien really aggressive on the A side, picks up one, doesn't get the second, sadly, and Sapchi does land the Deagle, shutting down the A push. 2-on-2 with Josh and Zika for the E-Shock side, trying to lock down these bomb sites, but we know how cautious AETAS are, and the bomb is on the A side in that little light area. With Sapchi, does try and dash across the street. Luna covering him as much as he can, but seems a bit of a fake, but he does drop off the bomb to Luna. Now he can kind of cover the A push where he knows a player will be. Quite smart play there, I must say. And they have just spotted one in Cath, which is Zika, laying down some fire, a little bit of spam, hoping someone might take the bait, but AETAS are far too disciplined for that. Smoke popped out on the B side, but Zika does spot Sapchi trying to cover the bomb. Going down, it is a full plant from Luna. Nate's rain in, and Zika picks up the other frag onto Luna, and that 2-on-2 situation has been taken down to a 2-0, and E-Shock picking up the round.
E-Shock picking up the round, and I will say it's without the help of their scope. And what we've been saying the whole time is, scope is extremely important on a map that is, well, one long firing range. So, Zenja, I think Green needs to pick up his game just a little bit, see if he can get a little bit more in the battle, stop sitting back so far, and get his hands a little bit dirty. As his teammates so far are doing massive work. Diesel's pushed all the way up, but once again we see Zydos pushing all the way down the street. Has taken out one, does tag up Zyka, but Zyka living from that one. Zenja getting the nade there onto Luna. Damia pushing up, does take out Jerome. 2-on-3 at the moment. And the team is now the A side that is actually falling for AETAS. They're able to get into B and hold it relatively well, but it's their light area defense that keeps dropping. Damia grabbing another frag there onto Dogs, and he's going to have fire coming in from all sides. And he's got to be careful. Bullets flying through the wall. Damia with that AK is going to grab his third of the round, going to take it to 3-2. And Damia really utilizing that that A side that AETAS just can't seem to hold right now.
Yeah, it's difficult to hold on the attacking side when you're playing so cautiously at B. It does give the SMGs a chance to push up because you've really got to be on the ball and you're trying to help out the plant as much as you can, so you're stretched. But we do see Jerome here pick up the frag onto Damia, cutting down that attacking force on the A side, but Diesel chiming on with a frag of his own for the E-Shock side. And frag's raining in for Diesel, who's really working that A push. Let's follow him, who's made his way into that lower hole area. Does spot one on the B bomb, but can't seem to land the frag on that. He does work out how aggressive he's being in a 3-on-3, falls back a touch and tries to wait and see if there's anyone left at that A area. But E-Shock once again sitting in keen. Well, we know how keen the AETAS side are. They're really working every peak they can. Spam coming in from not sure who it was. I think it was Diesel laying down some fire onto that B area. Doing so again. No one peeking each other. This is real keen, and Dogs finally does get a little sneak peek of a player in that lower hole area, lower light area, lower A even. Zenja finally getting the frag onto Dogs, who over peeked it a touch. Was left to Luna and Sapchi. Once again split across the map, similar to the situation we saw before, but this time he's got 3 players to get through. Bomb cautiously making its way towards that B bomb site. He does try and see a few players to know where they are, but he's stuck with a Deagle in a real long range map. Plant does seemingly go down. Tags coming everywhere, and Zika does pick up the frag onto Luna. Diesel push lower A, and he does remain cool, calm and collected, and Sapchi does go down.
E-Shock really finding out that AETAS love pushing, and E-Shock, I mean, it's really Damien and Diesel that are only pushing that A side and getting in there. The problem is now though that AETAS can't close it off. They're just not peeking in the right spots at the moment. Dogs taking on Zenja, and that scope's down for the E-Shock side, but he hasn't really been a massive player so far in this match. So E-Shock by all means can still bring this one back. His eyes are pushing towards back A. Does get taken out by Damia, who's sitting back that round. Luna trying to get that smoke down on the bomb. Dogs grabbing his second. As AETAS now moving for this bomb plant. Luna with that cover with the deagle. Damia takes out Jerome. Dogs onto Damia. And Luna to finish off the round here onto Josh. And Dogs with 3 impressive frags there. And AETAS coming out on top. But now again, they can't just rely on the fact that Dogs got 3 frags that round. They need to, really get their team back in line here.
I want to see what Diesel does here. He's got a more of a B spawn for once. Let me just push that A site. Does try and nade up the street, trying to pick up one, slow him down, but finally does get shut down by Jerome's nade. Hopefully stopping that push and that aggressive play from him, who doesn't seemingly pick up the first 2 frags, and Dogs chiming in with one of his own for the AETAS side. Finally a reply from the shot, finally getting one back with a little bit of hope, which was in the form of a frag from Zenja. 1-3 situation, Luna picking up the frag onto that CAF player, Zizo with one of his own, and it's all left to Zenja, who's sitting way far back, really defensive, just trying to land the spam through the wall onto the B bomb site, but doesn't have any luck. Knows the player's close to him, lands a tag with a deagle, but no frag for him, and maybe that defensive play is just not working. He does seem to enjoy that kind of little spawn courtyard.
Is it just me? Or am I the only one who wonders why there's a bomb site next to a bus? Like, who would drop a cargo ammunition at the back end of a bus that's just conveniently parked between a light post and a wall?
Why are you hating?
I'm not hating. I'm just like, we've played this game for quite some time. We can start questioning things,
I don't think we should.
Okay.
I think there's a lot bigger things we can question.
Alright.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Don't know what they are right now, but I will find them.
We should find them now.
At some point, I will sit there on a map and be like, oh, that just doesn't make sense. Just to prove you wrong.
Now, Zenja, last man standing, does get taken out there. Cleaned up once again. AETAS having a strong round. And E-Shock not able to hold back that push. And now I'll take this one away as I didn't really have much of a chance last round. Zenja starting us off here, taking out Luna. Dogs quickly on there with the reply. Zizor sitting tight there on that lower light area. And it seems that they have learned that they need to stop anyone pushing up into light. Zeka taking out Dog. Zizor spotted one. Will he be able to land the frag here? No, he doesn't. Damia gets the best of him. Damia has been playing superbly with that SMG. Diesel onto Sap J. Jerome fighting back, taking out Damia. But now he is all alone. And now 1 versus 2 as Josh is timed out. It's going to make his life a little bit easier, but he's still got to get that bomb and try across the road. Which, of course, hinders about everything you're going to do. So there, he does see that Josh gets timed out. Now he's not looking towards the bottom of the street. Even I saw him there. And unfortunately he did it. Jerome gets taken out. 6-4 is your scoreline. And I'm pretty sure AETAS is going to be happy with a 7-5.
Yeah, it's not a bad scoreline. You can't really knock it. It's pretty strong. But AETAS, I'd be more worried as to why we're losing these rounds. Because, they played really well in the first few and they just kind of lost that little bit of momentum. And Diesel finally shut down after his reign of A pushes by a nade. And it does give the AETAS side a chance here to get that bomb down, but don't seemingly be capitalising on that. But E-Shock once again chiming in the frag onto an AETAS player. And that's Zizor down. 4-on-4 situation. Damia still alive. Let's see if he can work an A frag. He can't, he's just playing keen alone. The bomb is going. Is it a full plant this time? Yes, it is a front. No smoke in the way. Gutsy move. Sanchez does finally get the bomb down. Can they just play to this for once? And 4-on-2 situation. It does seem as though once the bomb's down, they do come into their element. And Sanchez landing a fantastic frag onto Damia there in lower hole. Josh chiming in with one of his own. Trying to make a last stand. Does pick up 2, but finally, Dog saying, hell no, get away from my bomb.
And Dog's really coming up big these last few rounds. I mean, he's grabbed near 7 frags in 3 rounds. And I actually want to see if I can stand him. Now, one thing I did notice, 30 seconds into the round, we still had Zenja not crossing the road with a scope. Now, fair enough, I understand people have their playstyles and stuff, but I still think it's rather important to at least get across on the road, get on the other side to be able to cover the B-bomb that is used so widely on Crossfire. Dog's tagging up Zenja there. As you can see now, Zenja with the nade frag to take out Zyka. Now Zenja's just going to be sitting back. Has crossed the road this time, but he's back at spawn. Takes out Dogs for all of his patient work, I guess. And now it's the waiting game once again, as they need to wait for AETAS to make their move. Of course, E-Shock are not going to be moving out as they don't need to. Diesel taking out Luna, and he's going to be falling back to the cross-firing coverage of his teammates. Lining up a nade, seeing if he can get at the interlight. Damia taking out Jerome. Sapcha is the last man standing, and he'll be taken up by Damia too. 7-5 is your half-time score, and I think AETAS are in a good position now, because now it's down to eShock to move. I'm not saying they didn't move. I'm just saying I think they were a lot more they seemed a lot more defense biased on the defending half, which I guess is correct. We'll see.
I don't think you can write them out of it. 7-5 isn't a ridiculously strong, you know, win on an attacking side. I'd be happy, of course. You've got to be happy with anything you get. You know, if you get like a a slight lead, brilliant. That you know keeps you in positive minds. But it could always be a little bit stronger. You know, I think Damir will come really into his own on this half if he can keep that aggressive nature about him and push them as much as he has been before, and just really hassling them more than anything. And well, it's down to the scopes to perform personally on this. You know, I think Zenja did finally step up to the plate a little bit later into the game, but you know, you've really got to work those picks, and I don't think he's been involved enough to do them. And I think hopefully on this side he can really step up and do his thing, but we'll have to see.
So we shall. Now, taking it on into the second half here, we have got eShock on the attacking side of AETAS. Now moving over to defense, going to take it away here with Zenja. See if he can do something here in the opening seconds of this round. There is no cross people or people going towards the watermelon side, so we won't be able to get off the cross. Dogs crossing the street nice early on. Zenja getting the nade onto Luna, and Damia onto Zeisel. And of course, Damia's push that he had on that A side being so strong is now going to be playing it again, seemingly on the A side again. Jero taking out a teammate. That's never going to be useful. Dogs now trying to find a Zenja that is jumping up and down. Dogs being pushed by Damia.
Fantastic play from Damia.
And Damia,
absolutely fantastic.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I think grabbed 3 frags that round.
Yeah, I've got a spec in this round. You know, he really worked that A side with the SMG, and he does make his way towards the A side once again. Dodging the nades so far thrown in his way, and the spam. Really aggressive into that lower area, and no one challenged him yet. Might have been spotted by the scope though, if he's on the ball. Holding that A area, and Sapchi does pick up a frag for the AETAS side, but I can see frags coming left, right and centre for Damir, and there's the first. Can he get the second? He's surrounded by 2 players, and neither seemingly want to push him. Neither would I at this point. Trying to get that little pick onto the B alley player, who he knows is there, but he just can't see anything of, and Luna picking up one for himself, and eShock really with the advantage here, especially where Damir is. Makes way around the corner, does pick up Zeisel. And this is what happens when you let a player get into that A site. But we do have a touch of an aggressive play from Luna here. Kind of working out what Damir's been doing, but Damir once again, another frag onto Sapchi, and does almost know where this player is. He knows he's in B. Waits to see if he can get the pick on him, or a little peek. He does see him finally, but Luna gets the better of him. Can Luna pick up a second here? Sadly not, but Damir really making a massive impact on that A side.
Making a massive impact, and we can see it reflecting in the score. 2 rounds and you're already caught up to your team. You're on the attacking side, the side that people are saying is better. And from what I thought would be a comfortable situation for AETAS, seems they can't even hold back a single round out of the 2 that's been thrown their way. AETAS starting off a lot better this round, does grab 2 frags, but Zeisel's up in there. See, can he grab himself a second one? Does so, pulls out the deagle, goes for the 3rd one, does finish it off. And that is how AETAS claim back the round. Wow, talk about making me swallow my words.
I'm right a lot of the time, don't worry.
I didn't even swallow, I had to gulp that one back.
But I can't get over how well Damon's playing at the moment. He's not getting shot down by nades, he's not getting shot down by spam, he's playing it perfectly, he's got the best timing in the world, and it's really annoying. He does pick up another frag on that A side, knows where the other player is, he's just got tagged up by him. Runs around the corner, Jerome shut down. Both A players go down to the gun of Damir. Finally shut down by Dogs. Dogs chiming in with the frag, saying, hell no, get away from my A. And we are left in a 2-on-2 situation. The bomb was in the hands of Diesel, but drops to the gun of Luna. We are left in 2-on-1 with it all on Zenja to do. Spots one, Luna down. Scope in hand, peeking that A site. Top A not proving useful because Dogs is nowhere to be seen. Just trying to work the frag, not the bomb plant. Does think that maybe Dog's got an eye on the bomb. And smoke coming in. Do you think he's going for the real plant, even though he may have a nade and does land and does get the frag, and Dogs comes up top on this one. But they need to shut down Damir. Jeez. Stop the guy just running A, please.
They don't need they kind of need to tie him down, put him in a straitjacket, and throw him in a lake
Yes.
very far away.
Explosives
Yes.
defused.
And even
But
then,
the-
his spirits might do damage on this battlefield.
But they don't seemingly shut out the rounds, which is quite worrying considering he keeps picking up a fair few frags every time.
He does now. Zyzel was the one to contest him that round. I'm going to see if Zyzel can actually do it again this round and maybe come out on top. He's got that A push going for him. He's going to pop out that flash. I doubt that's going to affect Damia too much. Damia is pushing all the way towards back A. Zyzel pushing up towards the stairs. Damia has made his way all the way to back A. Has Zyzel heard it though? It's the big question. And Damia is going to wreak havoc on the scope. And of course, there is no way Dogs can expect this. He's thinking, right boys, you're covering A, no worries. Damien's going to be silent, climbing up these stairs. Dogs gets taken out. Damien, all his silent work gone to waste because his teammate was in there. And, you know, in a time like that, I honestly think some communication from your teammates could be like, right, so, scope, you don't have to worry about the other scope. Just, you know, look somewhere else. I've got this. But,
But finally, eShot capitalise on what Damien's been doing.
that's true. And allowing him to squeeze into those tight spots.
I'm going to follow a player who isn't Damien for once. I'm going to watch Luna, who's been really making an aggressive push into that B-bomb side. Dog's picking up a frag of his own for the defending side, making the work a little bit harder, but now making it a hell of a lot harder. Picking up 2. Dog's really on form here. Almost gets a 3rd frag onto the scope, but only gets the tag, sadly, and gotta be hating that. Gets the 3rd frag onto Zenja, and this is a real round for Dogs. And, you know, he played that fantastically. He really picked up the frags there that mattered and played it out properly. And that's where why the rounds are going to the defending side, because he's picking up the frags that matter and really closing out these rounds. Where eShock seemingly make the first few and then just kind of fade away.
Now Dog starting off here, taking out Zenja once again. On form with that scope, Luna in there to nade Damia. And I can nearly say that this round has been flung over towards that AETAS side. They've only got 2 players left. Diesel taking out Zyzel. But he's still back at spawn with an SMG. Does land the headshot there onto Jerome. Jerome really over-peaking his spot there. Didn't need to push out whatsoever. And it does get punished for it. Diesel going for that balcony position. Seeing if he can get a nice overview of the map. And hopefully spot a pixel or 2 that move. And then neutralize the player. But no. Doesn't see anything just yet. Minute left on the clock. He's still got some time to play with, but not all that much. Does see a scope shot flying right past his head. And now Zyka's going to be pushing into this watermelon side. He has got Luna around the corner if he's not careful. Oh, and does get the better of Luna. It's bringing down to a 2-on-2. And this could simply be down to the fact that Jerome over-peaked. If Jerome was still alive, he would have great positioning on that B-bomb to cover it. But unfortunately, he is down. Dogs having a look towards that BLE, making sure his teammate is covered. He has spotted a player moving on to that bomb side. Diesel does get heavily tagged, moves towards the bus. Dogs pops out a nade. Now Sapchit's getting himself into a position of cover. Dogs with a nade there onto Diesel. Sapchit to close it off onto Zyka. And a brilliant play there from AETAS. It's going to take it to 11-8 in favour of AETAS. And for some other reason, I'd been thinking that eShock were in the lead. Talk about me being
not.
an idiot.
Yeah, AETAS really closing the rounds out as much initial damage that eShock may put down. Dogs picking up the important frags here. Diesel, the SMG pusher onto that bomb site, picks up another Josh on the cross. That's why smokes are important, guys. And it's all left onto Damir and Zenja for the attacking force, which is eShock. Finally, Zenja picking up the frag onto Dogs, shutting down the powerhouse that's been raining down. It's a 2-on-3 with Sapchi way back in spawn. Damir being tagged to centimetre of his life at that back A area, but he's become so aggressive and his team is so defensive, it's kind of split it so much, and now it is all on Damir, with the whole team looking at him from every which way. That's where the frag will come in. Sapchi shutting down the last hope of eShock here, and this could be almost it.
4 match points in the hands of the AETAS side, and let's see if they can close this one up quickly. I'm just going to go take it away here with Zyzo. He's got a superbly quick spawn and does actually get neutralized there by Diesel's nade. And shows the effectiveness there. Luna being pushed from behind, doesn't realize like anything. I don't even know how. I was lost for words actually as how he did not notice anything in that one. And
Explosives planted.
now Damien sitting there bottom A side. He's got 2 players just outside that window. eShock Looks like they're going to be able to hold on to one more round. Dogs taking out Josh. Damien looks to be wants to jump out this window. Dogs is going to neutralize him. Down to 3-on-3. Diesel towards the back of Cafe. And seems like he wants to go around the corner. If he stayed in Cafe, though, might have been in a better position. Although has got positioning still on the bomb. Jerome taking out Zyka. Diesel finally coming in there to take out Sapjay. Jerome's your last man standing. He's going to be moving towards that bomb. He's only got enough time for a defuse. Won't be able to get this one. And looks like he's going to go for the exit frag. Won't be able to get that either. Diesel shutting him down. 12-9 is your scoreline. Only 3 rounds left now for AETAS to get this one.
That was a great round from Diesel. He must have done something a little bit different from his prior ones to really pick up the frags there and bringing it home for the E-Shock side. Might have to follow him off the bat here, so I am a little bit favourable towards the SMGs. Really aggressive on that B area, makes his way straight across the street, running by B alley, waiting to see if anyone's crossed. But Diesel does pick the frag onto Damien, his fellow SMG, and there is one right in front of him in the B alley. Does miss him throwing, but Nate does spot him finally. Luna down to Diesel. It's all into a 4-on-4 situation, but Jerome telling him, hell no, get away from my B. And it's 3-on-3 Zika. And E-Shock picking up a flurry of frags here, and AETAS on the back foot, all in the hands of Sapjay here to close out this game. Not sure where to go or where to look or what to do. Trying to peek the B-bomb, but not too sure, and does pick up the lagged out frag of Josh, and finally Zenja does pick up the important kill there, bring it to a 10-12 scoreline.
Now, if anyone hasn't noticed, E-Shock have pretty much been playing this one 4v5. They have got a play that's unfortunately been timing out about every second round. And, you know, to hold on to 10-12 is, it's unfortunate that it is, if it does come down to an AETAS win, you know, something close like 13-11, then it's really going to be really unfortunate because they just didn't have that last play to help them out. And now E-Shock, though, still holding strong, holding on to everything. And currently the man in the good at the moment, they have pushed all over that A side. Sorry, B side even. Damien making his way to lower ruins. Bomb's gone down. And E-Shock once again in this for another round. Zeka taking out Luna. He sees one in Cafe. He's going to be peeking around the corner. Another easy frag for him as he takes out Sapjay. 11-12 is your scoreline. And Josh is timing out. Might be back for this round. Might not be. But, oh, getting close now. And it can still be a tie.
Indeed. And defensive side of AETAS is really going to want this round. They're going to work for it. It does seem like there's another A push coming in from the E-Shocks. No, E-Shock. They've all been shut down. And it's a 5-on-3 in the matter of seconds. Namely because of Josh timing up, but still. Damia, Zika, and Zenja with it all to do. Literally the game in their hands. Zizor picking up the frag onto Damia. 2-on-5 here. Both players for the E-Shock side massively defensive, and it must be such an uphill struggle in front of them now. Zika trying to peek anything moving, but I don't think AETAS will even risk a 2-on-5, especially for this round. Both players trying to work any sort of pick, but the AETAS side are definitely sitting in keen here, watching angles, proning in roads, and welcome to COD. Drone finally making the first peek for the AETAS side. Does pick up a slight tag onto Zenja, I think it was, who was at the top corner there. Zika made his way across the B-bomb, surprising really considering the players. But Zizor picking up. There you go, and there's the 2 players down for E-Shock, and sadly, because of a player timing out, it does go to AETAS.
No, I don't want to say sadly. I mean, AETAS still played strong, and they still.
But come on,
they still came out on top.
Yes, E-Shock should have finished out their rounds properly and should have really closed them down, but losing like that is not a good loss. What can you learn from that, you know?
That is a good point. Now, if you guys do stick around, we will be covering more after this. We will be doing Intel